Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing Scorpio mid-September and see where you guys are at. I have a lot of decks here. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or any significant 8th house placements or cross watchers. I'm going to start off with the Mystic Moon Oracle deck and see what I got going on for you guys, okay? Okay. Scorpio's mid-September reading, right? Barrier. Scorpio. Return. I was just saying yesterday in my Capricorn reading, there's 3 cards in this deck that I feel are most significant and don't pop up often. And when they do, they're like very telling to me, and it's return, union, and twin flame, because the rest of them are more like overlapping themes that it could apply to any situation, but that's more like regarding separation or union, so, or confirmation of someone being your twin flame. So I feel like confirmation through my reading. No one can confirm someone being your twin flame, but you know, it's just, and they don't come up as often. So I did get return. Okay, and this is a masculine reaching his hand out. So some of you might literally be getting a return from your masculine. He might be asking for forgiveness. He might have learned some lessons in this separation from you, but I still feel there's a barrier with you guys. There may be these like unions that happen where you feel like you guys are like finally getting some headway, and then you realize that barrier is still there, because the masculine, just because he wants to like tap into your energy and be reminded that you guys have a connection, doesn't mean he's fully ready in himself to honor this connection, okay? But that's a different thing than forgiveness. So I do feel like the masculine feels very remorseful right now for something, and he's had situations that he's learning his lessons, okay? But I also get the feeling that you guys are kind of like, the reason why he's in this space is because you guys have sort of, let me see. I mean, I'm just kind of getting the feeling that you guys are kind of taking a step back. You guys might be the ones that have a barrier at this point. Unawakened, yeah, that's what I literally just said that. So just because he's returning doesn't mean he's woke yet. It's just, he's still, subconsciously he knows there's a connection here, but like I've talked about in the past, like when someone's not integrated, that means that they can have something in their subconscious world, but in their conscious world not be aware. So it's like they're constantly battling. And look, it's because he's still very much in the material world, okay? He still defines himself and operates in this very like superficial way. So even if there's a part of him that on a deep level is connected to you, he's always going to return to that, okay? That could be what the return means too. But there's also like a lot of healing right now for you guys. Be aware of your chakras. Like my throat has been hurting lately, and every time I have like a pain of like a chakra, I feel like it's like, did I not voice myself? I don't know. Just, you know, notice that our physical and our emotional and spiritual are all always connected. So healing involves all those things. So I'm going to pull from the Cosmic Tarot and see what other messages I got for you guys. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Princess of Pentacles. I feel like you guys are ready to build a new foundation with something. You're feeling a little more stable. Maybe you're having like dreams of like financial success yourself. 8 of Swords reversed. I feel like you were very like, you went through a period where you were very like mentally like tripped up over this connection, but you might be releasing it and getting more in touch with like getting out of that like thought space and more in touch with your emotions. Wow. So we got Prince of Pentacles and Princess of Pentacles. So there might be this start of building something. You might be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. You might have earth in your chart as well. But the fact that I just got these two together is very significant. So I feel like that's 2 people building a very sturdy, solid, steady foundation, a new beginning of something. Very interesting. Never really pull like that. especially because this is a water sign reading, which, by the way, I've been doing the compatibility reading. So if you guys want to check out my water and earth, or I think I did water and fire as well. Oh, okay, we got strength. So some of you might be dealing with a Leo, but some of you also might be feeling very empowered right now for some reason. You might be feeling very much in control of your emotions and your actions and just like your life. And you might be feeling like you're entering this new phase where you've gone through a lot and you're just ready to like battle everything with like that strength, and you've evolved a lot. Okay, the world is reversed here, so I do feel like with your masculine you really might have an incomplete cycle. There's a lot of Leo energy here because the Lions in that card and the Lions in the Strength card, some of you really might be dealing with a Leo. Okay, Five of Pentacles, some of you might have felt very like left out in the cold, but I feel like this like kind of like you experienced it so much like that I don't feel like it's uncommon for Scorpios to have abandonment issues, because they're very intense and get kind of attached and they can perceive things as abandonment. But I feel like this abandonment continuously made you guys feel very strong in your own power. Okay, so sorry, always trust that everything that's happening is to get us to a higher, more evolved spiritual place. So I feel like you also felt very like powerless with the Five of Pentacles, but now you're becoming like the Princess or Prince of Pentacles, and you're gaining that stability back. Okay, pull from the Tarot of Sexual Magic and see. The Devil reversed, Capricorn, Knave of Wands. It's got some fire energy. Sag, Aries, or Leo. Sorry guys, I'm just so tired this morning. I feel like you guys, with the Strength and the Devil reverse showing up, that you guys are really battling, you know, some demons that you have, some unhealthy tendencies. Eight of Swords reversed again. Wow, okay. There's a guy in the back of this card I never realized. He's like peeking. So interesting. It's like kind of like someone snooping, or I don't know. So it's not Page of Swords, but I kind of getting that stalking kind of Page of Swords, like someone's watching you. I know that's kind of freaky, or you're watching someone, but that also might be your subconscious that's kind of like you're letting go of something, but I feel like there's still this part of you that this is like something you're just forever attached to. And you guys might feel like Strength might be like this bond is so strong that even as you let go of the attachment, like with the Devil is a very attached kind of love, there's still a bond there. Okay, and Knave of Wands is like, I feel like you guys might just be putting this connection on hold. Like you don't want to explore it anymore. You kind of just want to do your own thing and get out of this like stressed out mental space. But there's still a part of you that's like a little bit attached to it. Okay, there's still that part of your subconscious that defines your self and your identity by this. The Fool is here. I do feel like you guys are ready for a new story though. That's the feeling I'm getting. And Seven of Cups reversed. I feel like you're kind of, you want to put away this like scattered, stressed out energy. Okay, I feel like you guys really want like a solid, stable new beginning. Yeah, you had the Five of Cups reversed, the Five of Pentacles reversed. So this period where there was a lot of grief and conflict, I feel like you guys are ready to be over. Okay, I've got a lot of decks here today. Might be a longer reading. This is the LQ Oracle that I just got, and I love it. It's really cool. Okay, so this is like different women and like different qualities they represent. So let's see what else we got going on for Scorpio. I'm very tired today. Sorry, I haven't been sleeping well. I was going to talk about butterflies and their transformation, because every time I look at this deck, but all right. We got She Who Changes. That's what I was just going to talk about. Transformation. She Who Radiates. And she who sees, that's the Scorpio, observe, perceive, and scrutinize. I feel like that's also that little guy in the back of the Eight of Swords who can like see through the bullshit. So she who sees, observe, perceive, and scrutinize. It's also kind of like a lion energy, very Leo-like here. So, she who radiates, she's knowing, ambition, and confident. And she who changes, transformation, change, and enchantment. I was just talking about this. This is kind of like a Pisces energy here with the moon, maybe even Cancer. But I do feel like you guys are going through this transformational period, and you're kind of like, if your masculine isn't coming with you, you're ready to leave him behind, because you are like growing into yourself, and you're radiating, and you're ambitious about the things that you want, and you're kind of just like, you're either coming with me or I'm leaving you behind kind of energy. Okay, so let's pull from the universal love, and then we'll do the twin flame messages volume 2 and close it out with that. I love this deck, so I want to get a couple more oracle messages here. Definitely feel a transformational energy, and definitely feel a strong energy. I don't feel like you guys are in a weak space. And these Eight of Swords reverse, I feel like this confusion and this mental blockages are like kind of from the past, you know? It's just like what you're used to doing. So I feel like that's also like breaking out of that habit. But that's what changes, you know? Reflection. Okay. This might also be like getting to know yourself, like looking at your own reflection, self-discovery, spiritual growth, okay? And universal heart. So that's kind of about, I think that's like, you know, realizing that everything is kind of connected, and having this like faith that everything that's happened is like a benevolent kind of energy, and it's all happening for your spiritual growth, okay? So I'm gonna pull from the twin flame messages volume 2 and see what messages we got closing out from your divine masculine who's unawakened, what he wants to say to you, because apparently he wants to return. But I feel like I got sidetracked, okay, from the material world. I'm looking at the material world card. Karma's a bitch, I finally got mine, okay. I feel like he's learning his lessons. I think I pulled the lessons card as well. I don't think I can take your reaction right now. So I feel like he knows that you're like a strong female, and that interacting with you is like, he really has to own his shit, and I don't know if he's ready to do that, but he is. Paloma, you still take my breath away. Still thinks of you fondly. I just think he's a nervous wreck. It's a feeling I'm getting. And you make him even more nervous. I don't know where that came from, but that's kind of, that Eight of Swords energy is him too. He's just like such a neurotic, nervous wreck, okay? That's the message I have for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.